To keep a lawn this green requires hundreds of gallons of clean, purified water every single week, sprayed without a second thought. A few miles away, families crowd around a tanker truck, hoping to secure a few gallons for drinking and cooking before the supply runs out. Water is a non-negotiable biological requirement for human survival, yet for many, access to it depends entirely on personal wealth rather than physical need. This illustrates the necessity of public facilities. Resources like water, electricity, and healthcare are essential building blocks for a functioning life. When a society provides these services reliably, it creates a baseline. Every other opportunity, from education to employment, rests on this foundation being available to everyone. When the systems providing these essentials fail, the reliability of a tap provides a direct physical measurement of a society's inequality. Building massive networks begins with collective taxation. Citizens pool resources into a central government hub to fund infrastructure no one could build alone. This creates the mandate of universal welfare. The government must convert those taxes into services distributed equally to every citizen. In this model, success is defined by affordability and equal access. Because the goal is public welfare, the government ignores the drive for profit. Private companies are also capable of building hospitals and water networks. In many cities, they operate alongside the government. However, private companies operate under a different mandate. They must maximize profit, charging prices that include a margin for shareholders. When applied to survival needs, this profit motive acts as an exclusionary filter, cutting off those who cannot pay. Treating survival needs as private commodities ensures a society where only the wealthy are permitted to live with basic security and comfort. While the government mandate is clear, the physical infrastructure tells a different story. In growing cities, these public systems are failing to meet demand. The first failure is a chronic shortage of supply. Many municipalities simply haven't built the capacity to provide a baseline level of water or power. This is compounded by unequal distribution. Poor planning prioritizes water flow to affluent areas, leaving low-income districts with dry pipes. Corruption further drains the system, as resources meant for public welfare are siphoned off through illegal diversions. Wealthy residents bypass these public failures by purchasing private alternatives. They drill deep bore wells or pay for private tankers, opting out of the shared system. The poor have no such option. They remain dependent on the failing public grid, forced to absorb the full impact of every shortage and broken pipe. A failing public system acts as an amplifier for poverty, making the basic act of survival more difficult and expensive for those with the least. When the public sector collapses, the resulting fracture divides a society into those who have guaranteed survival and those who must fight for it daily. Turning to private markets to fix these gaps is a structural surrender. It abandons the government's primary responsibility to protect its most vulnerable citizens. Solving this requires massive direct government investment. Modernizing and expanding the physical infrastructure is the only way to ensure the baseline supply exists for everyone. This must be paired with data-driven planning. By mapping needs accurately, governments ensure resources flow equally. Finally, public awareness enforces accountability. When citizens understand their entitlement, they can challenge the corruption that drains public funds. Because these systems provide the biological and social requirements for life, their equal distribution is the mechanical fulfillment of a universal right. Properly funding public facilities is the only way a society can guarantee a baseline of human dignity and survival for every citizen.